What's up everyone, welcome back to Just Finished Coding. This is part 3 of our platformer game development series on Scratch 3, so let's get coding.
Just finished coding.
Now quick interjection here, if you've not watched parts 1 and 2, please watch them before you come here because we're picking up from where we left off and you'll be very lost. I'll leave a card for you right here. Please watch the videos and then come right back. If you're still here, I'm going to assume that you've watched parts 1 and 2, in which case you should have the movement as well as the jumping and slope detection of your platformer set up. And in this video, we'll be handing in spikes all along the way along with the lava. Let's get right into it. Alright, I'll first be importing the lava stuff and then I'll get into the spikes. So within choose a sprite, click on upload sprite. And you want to navigate through your files within the lava folder and click on one first. Alright, so this is the first lava sprite, and what you can do now is to head over to costumes and within choose a costume, click upload costume, and now basically choose all the other costumes at once. Alright, there we go. Now what you can do is actually first let me set this level back up to 1. Alright, so now I'm just going to hit the green flag, there we go. And now within the lava sprite, first you need to start your code with when we receive initialize, not with when I receive green flag or when green flag is clicked. And when this happens, we want to hide. We'll show all the sprites when we receive start game. Alright, so when I receive start game, then we show ourselves. But before that, we also need to do a couple of things. Okay, so first we need to go to the back layer and then we need to switch the costume to level. Alright, so switch costume to, and now you can put the level variable inside that costume tab. There we go. And now each costume is going to be going to a different position based on the level. So obviously we don't want it to go to 0, 0 or whatever position this is. We want it to go down and we want this costume too. Okay, so just so that this makes more sense, we need it to go here. So what you can do is you can just have a couple of if-thens. Okay, so if, not if-thens, if-elses. If then else's, and within each of the if else's you can have another if else, so basically a nested one. And within the condition you can just say if level is 1. Alright, if level is 1, then we can just go to, alright, and for the level being 1, our lava is going to go to 0 and the y position is going to be negative 160. Alright, so this is going to be level 1. Then level 2, stuff is going to be pretty similar, but we are going to be changing our x position a little bit. So we'll be going to 25, a little bit to the right, and the same y position. Now if the level is 3, oops, I didn't intend to do that. If the level is 3, then it's a completely different story. So we'll be going to x0 and y even below, which is about negative 175. And lastly, if the level is 4, actually we can just do that in the else statement. So if level is 4, then we go to x0, y negative 170. Alright, so just if you want to test this out, I'm first going to rename this lava. Alright, and if you want to test this out, this is level 1. You can see our lava set up properly. Now I'm going to head over to platformer, just say set level to be 2. Now click set level to be 2. Now click OK once again, and that is our lava. Maybe you can go a little bit below, I'm not entirely sure, maybe I'll just do that. So if level is 2, maybe negative 161 or something like that. So yep, there we go. That is a little bit better. So this is if level is 2. Now I'm going to say level is 3 and then I'm going to click OK, and you can see this is our lava. And lastly, if the level is 4, then now you can see once again that this is going to be our lava. Once again, I think I want to go a little bit below if the level is 4. So I'm just going to change y by 2 pixels below. So yeah, that is going to be our lava. So perfect, this works all right. I'm going to set it back to be 1, and yep, now we can get into importing our spikes. Rather than doing what I did for the lava sprite where I imported first the sprite and then I had each of the costumes set up, what I'm going to do is to just duplicate the lava sprite first, and I'm going to call this spikes, and I'm going to delete all of its costumes and just rename one costume something else. Okay, so just test or something, and yep, delete, delete, delete. And now within choose a costume, click upload costume, and now you can navigate your files and grab this, get into this folder which says spikes, and then select all 4 spikes. Alright, so all of them are actually centered up, so you can see that right here. And what this is going to enable us to do is just set it up directly to the position. So we don't have to set up, if we have one spike here and one spike here, we don't have to set them up individually. They're all like taken care of within the costume itself. So now I'm going to delete this lava as well because I didn't do it earlier because Scratch needs, to have one costume minimum. So there we go. Alright, so now what you can do is head over to the code, and in this case we're going to have all the same code. So we're going to switch costume to level, we're going to go to the back layer, but what we're going to do in addition is to change these positions a little bit. So if the level is 1 or the level is 2, okay, so we actually don't need this if then, but I'm just going to keep it. So if the level is 1, then I'm going to go to x123, but actually the positions are different. Never mind, I got a little bit confused with another sprite, but anyway. So negative 110, that is going to be our level 1. Level 2, that's going to be, I believe, 42. And the Y position is going to be negative 44. Alright, so that is it. Level 3, our X position is going to be 6 and our Y position is going to be negative 40. Alright, and finally our fourth level, our X is going to be negative 1, I believe. I'm not entirely sure about that. Let me just test it out. And Y is going to be 65. So you can see this is level 1. And just like the way I tested my lava sprite, what I'm going to do is just set level to be 2. Test this out. Yep, that works. Set the level to be 3. Yep, this works once again. And finally, maybe I'll want... Actually, never mind. I think I'll leave it like this so that there's only like a small piece of land that the platformer can land on. And finally, if the level is 4... then this is where I have a little bit of doubt. Yep, there we go. That's a little bit messed up. So I think the position was 12 and not 1. So negative 12. Just set that up correctly. Alright, so now let's test that out. And there we go. Maybe I'll just, change this a little bit even more. Maybe negative 14 or something. And yep, I think this is perfectly set up. And yeah, I'm not really going to change this anymore. Alright, so now let me click the red stop sign. And let's get more into our code. Now what I'm going to do is to import the green flag, and you may think, wait, green flag? This is just basically like kind of the checkpoint where if you touch that, basically you go to the next level. That's the idea. So now within choose a sprite, click on upload a sprite once again, and the sprite is going to be just called green flag, and yep, this is it. Alright, so within the code, you can actually copy paste most of the code actually, but this is kind of much simpler. So what I'm going to do is just drag and drop that code. And yep, when we receive initialize hide, and when we receive start game, we are going to be showing, alright, but before that we need to go to the correct position. So I'll add in the show first, and then what we can do is have, once again, just like for the other sprites, we can have a bunch of if else statements. So I'm going to say if level is equal to 1, or if level is equal to 1, then our position is going to be and make sure you have all these values correctly. So it's going to be 220, and the Y position is going to be negative 100. And you can also have an OR operator right here, and you can say if level is 1 or level is 2, because either way we're going to go to the same position. So if level equals 1 or level equals, if level equals 1 or level equals to 2. So perfect. So that's how I'm going to put it in like that. And else if level is 3, then and this is a bit of pain right here with the OR, but anyway, I think this is fine. So if level is equal to 3, then we need to go to x220, but y, that's going to be negative 132. So it's a little bit lower than the first level. And lastly, if level is equal to 4, then what we need to do is to go to x220 and y even further below, which is about negative 143. Alright, so now once again, you can test it out by just changing the levels up. So I'm actually going with 4 first, and you can see that's our level. Now I'm going to go with 3, and once again that is set up properly. Now I'm going to go with 2. Once again you can see that's pretty neat. Maybe we'll want to go a little bit below, but no, I'm just going to leave it like that. And finally, if we go with level is 1, that's set up properly as well. So perfect, and I'm going to end the video right here. There's obviously a lot more you can do in the platformer game, and we will be covering quite a bit in the next few tutorials. But I think that's enough for this video, and I'll be ending it right here. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like, and also don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.